What if I told you that one of the most decisive moments of World War II wasn't a famous beach landing or a massive city battle, but a frozen forest ridge in Belgium, held by exhausted American troops against Hitler's final offensive in the West? This is the story of Elsenborn Ridge, where the German advance in the Battle of the Bulge didn't just slow down, it stopped. December 1944, Hitler's final gamble. By late 1944, Nazi Germany was collapsing on both fronts. In a desperate attempt to split the Allied armies, Hitler launched Operation Wacht am Rhein, better known as the Battle of the Bulge. The plan was bold. Break through the weakly defended Ardennes, capture Antwerp, a vital Allied supply port, split British and American forces, force a negotiated peace in the West. For this, Germany committed nearly 200,000 troops, including elite formations from the 6th Panzer Army and 5th Panzer Army. But standing in their way was a cold, forested ridge near the German border, Elsenborn Ridge. The American defense, outnumbered, not outmatched. Defending this sector was U.S. V Corps under General Leonard Jarrow, anchored by 99th Infantry Division, Battle Babies, 2nd Infantry Division, elements of the 1st Infantry Division, supporting units of V Corps artillery, including the 406th and 591st Field Artillery Battalions, tank destroyers and engineers from attached armored units. The 99th Infantry Division was inexperienced, many had never seen combat. But they were positioned on some of the strongest defensive terrain in the Ardennes. The 2nd Infantry Division, battle-hardened from Normandy and Brest, sat directly on the ridge itself. Their job was simple: do not break. December 16, 1944, the offensive begins. At 5:30 a.m., the German offensive began with one of the heaviest artillery barrages of the war. Then came the assault. Infantry from the 12th SS Panzer Division Hitlerjugend. Units of the 277th and 12th Volksgrenadier Divisions. Assault groups supported by heavy armor from the northern wing of 6th Panzer Army. Their objective was clear: punch through Elsenborn Ridge and open the road west. But almost immediately, the German plan began to fail. A ridge-turned fortress. Elsenborn Ridge wasn't just high ground, it controlled all movement through the northern Ardennes. The Americans had pre-registered artillery firing zones, dug-in machine gun nests, anti-tank guns hidden in forest cover, and one critical advantage: time to prepare. When German armored columns advanced, they were funneled into narrow forest roads. That's where American artillery struck. Entire German battalions were caught in kill zones. Communication broke down. Smoke and snow turned the battlefield into chaos. The 99th Infantry Division, despite being inexperienced, held firm in places like Krinkelt and Roche-Rath, slowing entire German regiments. Meanwhile, the 2nd Infantry Division absorbed wave after wave of attacks, refusing to yield the ridge line. Armor meets winter hell. German tanks, including powerful Panthers and Tigers, struggled in the dense terrain. Fuel shortages and road congestion made things worse. Even elite formations like the 1st SS Panzer Division Leibstandard Adolf Hitler failed to break through. American tank destroyer units and artillery batteries continuously repositioned and struck exposed armor. One German commander later admitted that the northern sector became a graveyard of armor and infantry. The turning point of the Bulge. By December 19th to 20th, the German advance at Elsenborn had stalled completely. This delay was critical. While other German units pushed deeper into the Ardennes toward Bastogne, Elsenborn had absorbed the strongest northern thrust of the offensive. That bought the Allies something priceless: time. Time to reinforce Bastogne. Time to regroup. Time to prepare a counterattack. Why it mattered. The Battle of Elsenborn Ridge didn't make headlines like Bastogne, but it may have been more important. It stopped the northern armored spearhead of the German offensive. It forced German units into costly detours. It shattered the momentum of the 6th Panzer Army. It ensured the Ardennes offensive would never reach Antwerp. American casualties in the sector were heavy, thousands killed and wounded, but German losses in men and armor were far greater than expected for such a short advance. The frozen line that held. In the end, Elsenborn Ridge became more than a battlefield. It became a barrier. A place where inexperienced troops of the 99th Infantry Division, hardened veterans of the 2nd Infantry Division, and supporting artillery units of V Corps held the line against some of Nazi Germany's last elite formations. And they did not break. History often remembers the breakthroughs, the dramatic encirclements, the famous sieges. But sometimes, victory is decided not by how far an army advances, but by where it is forced to stop. And in December 1944, on a frozen ridge in Belgium, the German war machine stopped cold.